this is gonna be so out of order. I suck at explaining things, and this video is gonna be so hard to follow. Hey guys, so I'm gonna start this new like series, not even a series. Aside from the compilation videos, I'm just gonna start this new thing, and it's gonna just be me talking in my car, and it's gonna be called Car Chats with CHELS. Let's just name it that. Alliteration, English, Winnagle, learned it. Well, the reason why I wanted to start this is because my monthly compilation videos are mainly like clips of what happened throughout my month. Like, those are just like little glimpses of memories that I wanted to remember within this last year of me being here in Hawaii. I don't like how my compilation videos went from like clips of like different things where like the flow of it was just, you wouldn't really know what was going on. It was just clips of different days throughout the month. Whereas this is more of like a sit down and talk kind of thing. And it's weird to just go from clip to clip to just me talking and then back to clip to clip. So I'm separating it. Now, for those of you, I'm starting this because like, since I'm getting more views, and when I say more views, I don't mean like hundreds, but like it went from like having 5 views to 30 or to 40, and it's not me. I'm not watching my videos. I cringe at my own videos. Those of you that have just started watching these videos, like, I just wanted to explain why I'm doing this. Okay, I'm not trying to be YouTube famous. I'm not trying to get attention. I'm not trying to do any of that. This was just strictly my online video scrapbook not documentary. It was just like an online scrapbook just to collect all my memories of my last year before I leave for Vegas. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to Vegas. That's only if I get into UNLV, which I don't even want to jinx it. But I don't see why I wouldn't get in unless I don't graduate this semester. But anyways, I am striving to go to UNLV, and I need to get off this island. Oh, and another reason why I'm starting these talks is because it was a sign, okay? I'm not trying to, this is not for attention, but I don't know, this past week was kind of weird. Like, more than 2 people, of course, if it's at least 3, it's a sign, right? More than 2 people came up to me. I guess they kind of saw my vlogs, or like they kind of saw the videos I posted, or like my Instagrams. I don't know what it was that they saw, but they were like, you should vlog. And I was like, my life's pretty boring. I don't think so. But then they're like, just do it. Just try. And I also wanted to give Edisa a shout out. She is one of those that reached out to me this past week. And girl, you just said you were a fan of my life. I'm a fan of yours. Just for the fact that you reached out to me. And okay, background story for those of you that don't know, Edisa and I do not really, like, I don't think we even, like, we've never hung out. We've never really had a huge conversation. We only went to the same high school, and we have a lot of mutual friends, and we just follow each other on social media. She follows my Twitter, and Twitter is where everything's at. Like, that's how you know the real me. But so she follows my Twitter. Out of nowhere, like, I didn't even have to tweet anything, but out of nowhere she messaged me this really nice and sweet and motivational message, and it really hit home because that night that she tweeted or messaged me was one of the worst nights ever. Like, you don't know how much it meant to me that you sent that. It was so, like, it was so motivational, and I love the fact that you've been blessed with that gift to motivate others, and continue to do whatever you're doing because you're amazing, and you're just a blessing, honestly, because I really love that message. Anyways, pretty much this journey goes all the way back to the beginning of this year. Kind of, if you know my backstory, then it'll make more sense. So, okay, I have anxiety and depression. It's not a secret anymore. It's out. It's a thing. I have it. I go through it. So usually what happens, and I've had this, or at least I've had anxiety ever since I was in elementary. Like, I remember having attacks. It was since elementary. And usually I can get over it within a few days. Everything's fine. I can, what is it called? I can manage it, right? This year came, and usually at the beginning of each year, like as not normal people, but as most people do, that's when they do their resolution, New Year's resolutions and all that. And I always tend to reflect on the previous year and see what I want to change or what I want to do for this coming year. So beginning of this year comes January, I'm looking at my life and I just felt really stuck. The only things that I was doing was going to work and going to school, but online school. So it didn't really count. I mean, it counted, okay? Online school counts. My mom doesn't think it counts. It freaking counts. It's the same thing as regular school. Same load of work. You just have to, like, time management. Okay, Mom? Anyways, I was doing work in school, and that was the only thing in my schedule. Like, I had no time and I'm a preschool teacher, so more so, no time for, like, social life during semesters. And I just, like, looked at where I was and I just felt stuck. Like, I was like in this cycle. That I guess triggered my anxiety. Plus I wasn't doing that well in school that semester. The anxiety I had was building up more and more, and then it caused me to like not even focus in school. Like, I put school on the back burner. I didn't want to do anything, which caused me to fall way behind. I ended up dropping one of my classes that semester because I was just so done. And then as like maybe ending of February came, and I went into depression mode. And like, this was the worst episode I've ever had in my life. And okay, not too many people knew about, or like, honestly, no one knew about it. And even the people closest to me, even my coworkers that I see 40 hours a week, wouldn't have even known unless I told them. And that's what it was. I was covering up everything. I was covering up all my anxiety. I was covering up all my depression I had. And it was rough to the point where I was clinging to my mom. I was resorting to reading. Like, I don't know if you guys even cared enough to not tap through my Instagram story, but you would have seen that I went to Barnes & Noble every single weekend because I would finish a book within that week. And that's all I did on my free time. I didn't focus on school. I didn't focus on work. I didn't want to do anything. I went to see my doctor, and she prescribes me with antidepressants. Let's just say after I got the pills, I went to my car and I cried. I remember I was texting my friends. I was like freaking out. I was mad at myself. I remember I called Reese, and I was just like freaking out to him because it was like, when I got that prescription, I felt so weak. Normally, when I feel like anxiety and stuff, like, I can get over it, and I'm in control of my mind and my body and what I'm doing. Like, I'm still in control. But now that I had these antidepressants, I felt like I wasn't in control. I didn't know who I was. Nothing I was doing was working. It's something you can't explain. And nothing was working. Like, I could be the most positive person ever, and I could tell myself all these positive things, but nothing would have taken it away. And I didn't know what else to do. I started freaking out. I really didn't want to take those pills because I felt like I didn't want to get dependent on them, and I didn't want them. I was scared to like even know what it was going to do to me. Like, I didn't know if it was going to change me. Or like, I was scared that if I was taking it and I was feeling like happier, I was scared that it was going to be like fake happiness. But I was doing that anyway, right? When I see people in public, it's not like I'm going to be depressed around them. Like, I'm going to have to put up a front and be fake happy around them. But I felt like the pills would have made me be fake happy and not truly happy, you know? But anyways, I ended up taking them. I went psycho, guys. Like, you guys might not have noticed it. I think I kind of hit it pretty good. Except for Jonah. Jonah knows I was pretty psycho. I remember one night, that was the night I reversed into a pillar. Because I was 1, on my pills, 2, having an anxiety attack, and 3, just not all there. My cousin thinks it's the most stupidest story ever. And it kind of is. But when I did that, I reversed into the pillar, and I was so out of it that I didn't even know, and I thought that my car was strong enough to keep going to push it out of the way, and I don't even know why I was going backwards. That's how out of it I was. And after that happened, like, I felt like I hit rock bottom. Like, I was like, who the hell am I? Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know. I had no control. Let's just say that. I felt so lost. I felt broken. I felt weak. I didn't know what to do. And I'm a freaking psych major. At the same time that I was learning about anxiety and depression in class, I was going through it at the same time, which made me feel kind of weird and worse, because it's like, I'm supposed to be on the other side. I'm supposed to be the therapist, but yet I'm the patient. And that kind of made me feel worse too. And I don't know. I don't want to go on with this story, but then, like, it's so hard to explain to someone about what depression is. And, like, a lot of people say it's all in your head. It's really not. Like, you can't just say be happy and you're going to be happy. You can't just do things that used to make you happy and you're going to be happy. Like, it's not going to work like that. It's a freaking process, and it's a long ass process. I pray to God every moment of every day to help me get through it, to help me find the happiness that I need. And it never, like, I mean, it came, thank God, but, and honestly, God is the reason why I got out of it, but it didn't happen overnight. It was a freaking process, and that was the worst episode I've ever had, and that's why I'm saying, like, 2017 is the worst year ever. But that episode is what kind of led me to where I am now. So after all of that happened, like, towards the ending, and when I felt better, I guess, or clearer, that's when I felt like I was just done with living here. I didn't want to be around the same people. I didn't want to have the same routine. I just wanted to get out of my situation. Like, every aspect of my life, I didn't want to be a part of. I wanted to be a part of my family, but, like, I didn't want to live in this house anymore. I didn't want to work anymore. I didn't want to go to school here anymore. Yeah, I love my friends, but I honestly just wanted a new scenery. I wanted a new environment. I just wanted a new beginning. And so that's why, like, I talked to my friends over summer when they came down from college, because they're all in the mainland. And Tiff understood me. She told me about, like, how I can just live with her in Vegas. And I honestly, like, that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Like, if I don't get my own apartment, I'm probably going to live with Tiff in Vegas. Once she said that, like, my mind was, like, 100% dedicated to leaving. Like, that was my like key to the door to leave. Anyways, that's how it led me to the decision to leave the island, was because of that whole depression thing. And now that's why I'm starting these videos. These videos are originally were supposed to be for, like, my own personal journey, my own scrapbook. And if you guys were to watch it and you happen to liked it or seemed interested in it, then that's great. That's fine, whatever. But, like, I'm not trying to do this for attention. Oh my God, I don't want to have to say this forever, but I'm not trying to do this for attention. I'm not trying to do this to become YouTube famous or whatever. You know, but if it does happen, then so be it. But I'm not trying to do it to become YouTube famous. Like, I'm not trying to do anything. This was just for personal use, and if you guys see it, then you guys see it. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. When I did talk to all my friends about it, each and every one of them, like, supported me, and they all understand why, which makes me feel better about it, because it's like, I know that I'm not doing this at the spur of the moment, and it's not, like, I'm not being dumb about it. Like, everyone understands why, and they all know that I have to do this. Like, they're even saying that I have to do it, and I know I have to do this. The only thing I'm scared of, honestly, about leaving is I'm scared that I'm gonna get homesick. And Ashley, I know you're subscribed to me, and I don't know if you're gonna be watching this, but you know how I get when I get homesick. I went with you to Utah it was supposed to be for 2 weeks. I barely lasted 1 week. And I remember crying my eyes out like a little baby. And now, looking back at it, that is so shame. Like, it was really bad. It was really bad. Like, screaming, yelling on the phone to just come home. And I ended up coming home. I flew on the plane by myself, first class, at 9 years old, 10 years old? Shameless. And I didn't really care. Boo boo, if you're watching, comment any memories you have from that trip, because that is so shame. And guys, pray that I do leave. Pray that I get into UNLV. Pray that I even graduate this freaking semester. Holy cow. So now you know the background story of why I'm doing these vlogs or these compilations, and what led me to want to leave and go to Vegas. So I will see you in the next reflection video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Where's the off?